A few days ago, there was a call on the White House petition website to deport Justin Bieber. It's only been a few days and already it has gone above 200,000 votes, double the amount that requires a response. That makes me ask, where do America's priorities lie? I have taken upon myself to look through the White House petition website and see where America's priorities lie. And here is a list of the things that are less important to Americans than deporting Justin Bieber. Things that the American public think are less important than deporting Justin Bieber. To stop the Common Core in the United States. Common Core standards have never been tested. Our children are not common. 438 votes. Make August the National Awareness Month for Digestive Tract Paralysis and Gastroparesis. 208 votes. Do not deport Justin Bieber and have his Greek card revoked. 643 votes. Intervene and urge Shire Pharmaceuticals to provide Jack Fowler with the life-saving treatment he desperately needs. 462 votes. End the epidemic of rape in the military by fixing the broken justice system. 752 votes. Stop transporting explosive and hazardous crude oil using unsafe and outdated DOT 111 tanker cars. 504 votes. Investigate the mismanagement of the West Virginia water disaster by the state and officials, as well as the West Virginia American Water. 334 votes. 3,034 votes. Preserve the Everglades as is, and do not allow the Park Service to close any more of the Big Cypress or Everglades. 928 votes. Renew unemployment insurance immediately. 1,704 votes. Allow tow trucks to run colors in their light bars rather than amber for their own safety. 937 votes. Help underwater homeowners install a count-up clock in the White House to remind policymakers of their failure to pass HARP. 3,384 votes. Honor Michelle Solicito for creating Snowed Out Atlanta on Facebook to help thousands of stranded people in Atlanta. 994 votes. Abolish all high-stakes testing and no child left behind testing equals child abuse. Kids test way too much. 1951 votes. Disregard and remove petition regarding the for the deportation of Justin Bieber. 836 votes. Reverse the policy which prohibits massive open online courses from including students from sanctioned countries. 651 votes. Consider to not deport Justin Bieber. 2,120 votes. No longer allow philosophical exemptions for vaccination requirements to attend public schools. Petition for an offer of assistance to Ukrainian law enforcement agencies dealing with mass riots in the country. 14,724 votes. To accept Snyder Mufadal Saifuddin TUS as the rightful successor and spiritual head of the Dawoodi Bohra community. 1892 votes. Make the high school curriculum more inclusive of the Japanese war crimes in World War II. Stop Justin Bieber from being deported. He is a human being. He makes mistakes. He does not deserve this. 4,500 votes. Petition for an offer of assistance to Ukrainian law enforcement agencies dealing with mass riots in the country. 472 votes. Ukraine, the power in the country has been seized by thieves. Help us and encourage our governments not to stand aloof. 894 votes. Hold the EPA and states of Utah accountable to protect public health and uphold the Clean Air Act. 1664 votes. Ask the UN to move peacekeeping troops contingent into Ukraine in reaction to police snipers murdering people, 1780 votes. Stop using my tax money to subsidise the meat and dairy industries, 3,712 votes. Please help to dismantle the dictator Viktor Yanukovych and stop his war against the Ukrainian people with US Marines, 2510 votes. We the people ask Obama to influence United Nations and have international troops enter Ukraine to stop the bloodshed for 5,433 votes. Legalise and tax cannabis on a federal level, 11,740 votes. Impose personal sanctions on the President of Ukraine, Viktor Yanukovych, and his administration, 2,008 votes. Create level playing field for independent pharmacies, stop PBM harassment, save small businesses, 2,904 votes. Autocratic rule in Sri Lanka, 216 votes. To consider Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha a federal holiday for all Muslims, 3,009 votes. Investigate the beating death of Kelly Thomas as a federal case, 1,655 votes. Condemn the Taiji drive hunt and ask Japan to close it down, 4,164 votes. Full disclosure of Fukushima, 2,028 votes. Bank and government corruption, investigate why thousands of elite government officials, senators, congressmen, generals and admirals, 1995 votes. Support Representatives Stephen Lynch and Walter Jones to declassify the Congressional Investigative Report on 9/11, 1,451 votes. Condemn the recent actions of the Ukrainian regime and ask President Obama to personally give a speech on this matter, 4,699 votes. Take action to secure the release and rescue of Sergeant Bao de Bergdahl using all means available, including force, 6,972 votes. Protect net neutrality, open internet, and our economy, 3,880 votes. Increase funding for middle and early college high school programs across the United States, 1,559 votes. Create a specially adapted housing rider to the TSGLI insurance for funding SAH homes for wounded veterans, 559 votes. Recognize Muslim holidays throughout the school year, 13,378 votes. Support the movement of having Muslim holidays recognized throughout the school year throughout the USA, 7,998 votes. Designate portions of public lands under management of the federal government for clothing optional recreational use, 2,795 votes. Tell the FCC to restore net neutrality, 3,204 votes. Give federal and military personnel more robust funding options to their TSP retirement plans. Double the budget of the NASA solar system missions by cutting the budget of military missions, 1956 votes. Investigate the death of Kelly Thomas as a federal case, 1847 votes. File federal charges against the officers who beat homeless and mentally challenged Kelly Thomas to death, 15,562 votes. Restore net neutrality by directing the FCC to declassify internet providers as common carriers, 83,439. Protect the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church from deprivation of legal status by the Ukrainian government, 1805. Chinese government secret human experiments require the attention of the world's people, 625 votes. Call for justice, people of the world, to overthrow the evil Chinese Communist Party, 490 votes. Stop the labelling and banning of electronic cigarettes, 2,575 votes. Grant temporary protected status to Filipinos in the United States, 468 votes. Where is my brother's human rights? Where is justice in China? 314 votes. Stop the active duty plan to acquire all AH-64 Apache helicopters from the National Guard, save $1 billion annually, 1,784 votes. Petition to appeal FEMA's decision to not grant aid to the town of Washington, Illinois for an F4 tornado struck. 708 votes. Sign a proclamation to nationally recognise February the 7th to the 14th as Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week. 871 votes. Make all higher education student loan payments tax deductible. 5,629 votes. Guarantee that all military personnel and veterans have informed choice of evidence-based PTSD treatments. 2,633 votes. Please protect the Peace Monument at Glendale Central Library. 104,951 votes. Make it illegal to hold dolphins and whales in captivity for any entertainment purposes. Stop SeaWorld and those alike. 6,239 votes. Issue a formal apology and compensation to Bojema Razgui for the destruction of his rare flutes by US customs agents. 2,394 votes. Use all legitimate constitutional means to free Yulia Tymoshenko. Now she is a political prisoner in the Ukrainian regime. 136,918 votes. Remove the offensive statue in Glendale, California Public Park. 126,662 votes. Authorize the FDA to grant a compassionate use exemption to Rael Alicia Cohen for antinaplastin therapy. 102,020 votes. Impose personal sanctions on President of the Ukraine, Viktor Yanukovych, and the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukrainian members. 139,292 votes. Stop SOPA 2013. 113,873 votes. Declare Muslim Brotherhood Organization as a terrorist group. 202,461 votes. Allow Tesla Motors to sell directly to consumers in all 50 states. 126,802 votes. Pardon Edward Snowden. 150,020 votes. Provide necessary assistance to prevent Taiwanese people from being murdered by Philippines and rebuild friendship. 114,690 votes. Invest and deport Jasmine's son, who is the main suspect of a famous thallium poison murder case. Victim Zhu Lin in China. 150,402. Prevent the FDA from regulating or banning the sale and use of electronic cigarettes, accessories and assorted liquids. 34,593 votes. Fire Assistant U.S. Attorney Steve Heyman. 28,303 votes. Remove United States District Attorney Carmen Ortiz from office for overreach in the case of Aaron Swartz. 595,018. Invite Neil Bortz, the author of the FAIR textbook, to spend 1 hour talking with the President about tax reform. 31,053 votes. Award the Medal of Freedom to the 4 firefighters who were ambushed in West Webster, New York on Christmas Eve 2012. 32,762 votes. There are election rigging by the Progressive program that have been used in the 18th presidential election in South Korea. 26,697. Oppose the petition made by Xia, Japan's proposal to make Japan's claim over Dr. or Takashima to the ICJ. 31,466. Investigate and publicly condemn organ harvesting from Falun Gong believers in China. 33,827. Persuade South Korea, the ROK, to accept Japan's proposal of the territorial dispute over the islets. 41,894. Remove the monument and not support any international harassment related to the issue of comfort women against the people of Japan. 46,116 votes. Support mandatory labeling of GMOs. 100,929 votes. Do not allow the FDA to regulate premium cigars. Do not allow the FDA to regulate premium cigars. 39,887 votes. And require all genetically modified foods to be labelled as such. 55,241 votes.